The Ennis Lions roared into the postseason on an 8-game winning streak. Now keep in mind, Ennis went undefeated in the tough District 16 5A with powerhouse opponents from East Texas like John Tyler, White House, and Lufkin.
The expectations in this town and the expectations that the kids have, we're to win the district every year regardless who we lost, whether it be Jashawn Johnson going to Texas Tech or Terrence Williams going to Baylor. They discount that as they're Ennis kids and they need to go win district, and that's what our kids did. They went out and they took the district championship. It wasn't easy, and I'm very proud of them.
Backside pressure, and he's going to drop him for a sack.
The Ennis defense was expected to be one of their strengths this season, especially with 6 returning starters from a team that held high-powered Aledo scoreless into the third quarter in the 2013 4A Division II state semifinals. James Lockhart led Ennis with 122 tackles last season, and despite double teams, is closing in on that number again. Lockhart has committed to Texas A&M. His fellow linebacker, Kedre Flowers, is tied with Lockhart with 56 tackles this year, which leads the Lions.
I feel like we put in the work. All summer long, we all came together and we grinding out, and we're ready to go make a run for it.
One of the main reasons why the Ennis Lions have only lost 3 games in the last 2 years is their pro-style offensive attack led by head coach Jack Alvarez. In fact, most teams don't see it and they don't get a chance to defend it on a weekly basis.
We don't see that offense. As defensive coach, there's nobody that we've played that runs what Jack runs. What would you do if you had a block down, pull around? How would you play that? It gets some good matchups, and you got good angles on kids, got good angles on them. So fortunately, we don't have to prepare for Jack.
Offensively, the Lions have gotten outstanding play from their quarterback, Devin Smith, who has completed 62% of his passes for 1,700 yards and 16 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. Smith really mixes in an ability to run the football with nearly 500 yards rushing and 5 TDs on the ground. That balance has helped guide the Lions to an average of 40 points per game.
Every team knows we can run the ball, but knowing that we can pass it, they don't know what to expect.
The running back position and offensive line were 2 key areas of concern heading into the season, but the Lions have managed quite well in this department. Taylor Thompson has over 1,000 yards rushing to go with 14 TDs. Trey Elliott has 651 yards rushing and 13 TDs. It starts up front with the big boys who have paved the way for the Ennis ground game.
Rushing for over 200-something yards a game and probably throwing for around 150 to 200. Those guys, there's a lot of it on their backs, and they do a good job up front for us.
Dante Thompson is the leading Ennis receiver with close to 900 yards receiving and 11 touchdowns, including this miraculous catch against Lindale.
I ran a post across the field, and it was a safety deep. I got to catch it, but he went up and tried to catch it also. I just caught it over, and he just fell in. I walked in for a touchdown.
The Lions are hoping that a little humble pie to open the season was the motivation they needed to make a serious playoff push in 2014, just like last year.
We're ready for these types of games coming on. We've got to take it 1 week at a time.
I'll take an Ennis kid over anybody else in the state of Texas. I don't know what it is about them. They're not as talented, they're not as fast, they're not as strong, but there's just something about being an Ennis Lion.
In Ennis, Jeff Power, Southwest Football Friday.
Ball shot the 33 to the 30, cut to the 20. Thompson, cue up the Superman theme, because that young man is flying, baby.